What did you right away establish, like, this is a priority and this I don't care about, as far as like spending money and budget wise?
100% my photographer.
Hello, that would be
I
awesome.
knew exactly who I wanted before I got married. And I told him I don't care how much it's going to cost, I'll pay for it.
Aw.
But that's going to be, we'll figure that everything else out after that. And I did. So, I mean, I honestly can't remember. I had to ask you how much I spent, but that's how much I didn't care. I just wanted what I wanted. I knew she did amazing with my sister's wedding. I've been with Kate since I started modeling a while ago, so I just knew she'd capture everything perfectly.
Hi, I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Kaylee, and this is
Shoot the Vows. And today we have Jessica Edkin as our lovely guest. Jessica, we did your wedding in October.
Yes.
And it was beautiful.
Loved it.
It was perfect.
Thank you.
Jessica herself is a model, so.
Yeah, she made it easy. Yeah, your husband made it easy too. You guys are beautiful.
Yeah, cute little pair.
Thank
and y'all's
you.
daughter's so precious.
I know. I can't wait for her to be a little model.
She's gonna. She looks up to you. You can tell just by the way that, like, she was watching you when you were getting married. She was like, I can do that. And then, like, she got a little sassy with us. It was so cute.
She
She has the whole toe point now and everything.
Yeah.
I love it.
There we go. So your wedding was a little bit more on the budget side.
Yes.
Like mine. Mine was, we were just talking about that. I think mine was like $6,000, which we couldn't go any over that. So that's what it was. But that was also in 2021. So just getting married though, you were at an inn on the water, right? And that was a family friends like venue?
Kind of. My mom knows the owner. She's really good friends with him. But we've always gone there since we were kids. That's why it had a sentimental value. But it was definitely on the budget friendly side.
Yeah, yeah. So that was one of our biggest hangups, was finding a venue that was decent and affordable. So we got married at our church, and the plan was actually to have an outdoor wedding at a park, like a outdoor reception.
Yeah.
We rented the tent and everything. And then the 2 days before, it was like 80% chance thunderstorms because it's August. And we ended up doing everything in the church gym. And we covered the basketball hoop with some tulle, and we it was less than ideal. So I think that finding a budget venue is tough.
That was definitely one of the hardest parts. I think our budget was $5,000. I think we ended up closer to $7,000, but we only spent $1,500 on our venue, and that was the budget for that. I refused to go over, but we were having a very hard time finding a state park. So
yeah,
everything was booked like a year out.
Yeah, and the availability is tough. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know just from talking to you that y'all eloped before y'all actually got married. Did you like that? How do you feel about that?
I did. I kind of wish I had a professional photographer there for that, because then I may not have gone through with the wedding. It was just wanting, the moment and everything captured was the most important to me. But it was nice just having our moment together, and it was really special. But that's why it was so important to have the date we had for the wedding, because it was going to be our year anniversary. So trying to find something to fit that was difficult. But eloping had its perks because we could just pick the day. We picked a location that was close to home for us and sentimental, and we just got it done. Yeah. And it was a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Who was your officiant?
It's just a lady we found online, but fun fact, she actually married John's dad and his wife too.
Oh, wow. Cool. Did you know that beforehand?
No.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
That's really special.
So my dad's ordained. So like I always said, if I ever get married, he's going to be the one to marry me. And instead of like him walking me down the aisle, he's going to be the one. So that was kind of my plan if that ever happens.
Yeah. What are you glad that you did for your wedding? Like budget wise, like everything. What are you 100% satisfied with? Don't regret anything.
1,000% my dress.
You look so good.
It was really cute.
A Manhattan like dream bride right there. Like,
yeah, you looked very like 50s retro, elegant.
I loved it.
I wanted it strictly Victorian and old fashioned, but lace is expensive. But I think Denise spent a few grand on her first one, And then she had 2 dresses at her second wedding. And I'm like,
I
that's
was
going
there.
to eat up my budget. Absolutely not. So I
Yeah.
found a designer on Etsy and I sent her my measurements and I waited for a Black Friday sale. I spent $200 on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Oh
amazing.
my God. I'm like shook.
Well, it's really nice too because you didn't have a ton of material. It was like kind of shorter hem.
Yeah.
I think that when you get to like, I mean, I think it was a 6 or 7 layer ball gown with
It's the
long
fabric,
sleeves.
yeah.
You can't make it for any cheaper than the fabric
Mhm.
costs. So, but I went on JJ's Bridal.
I looked there. They're really good too.
They really are because, and I was like, it's online. I don't know. And it's like the sheen of wedding dresses. It
Yeah.
is. But you can return it. And that's what I was like, okay, if I don't like it, I could just return it. And then you just get a really good seamstress and they can make it look perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard tons of people ordering offline and stuff, but I've never heard anybody going to Etsy and getting it custom made. That is so smart.
Yeah.
Like, it literally fit you like a glove, and that describes why. Like,
that is
a
smart.
tip for all brides.
As long as you don't lose or gain any weight, you should be good.
I did. I'm like, I'm going to be thin enough. I don't have to. I had to lose 2 pounds to fit in that dang thing. I was not happy. But it was worth it. It was worth it. But that was definitely a big saver.
Definitely, because dresses go for thousands now.
Yeah.
Like, I helped one of my friends. She's engaged and due to be married, I think, in July or June. And I think it's June. And
Don't look at me. I don't know who you're talking about.
well, I thought you did. She's getting married about June, and I went she bought her dress in Albany from David's Bridal.
Okay.
And she didn't have a good experience from everything that she was telling me about. So we came to a David's Bridal that was up here in the Syracuse area, and we found one that, wow, looked so good on her. And they were able to actually exchange the one that she bought so she didn't get stuck with 2 or, you know. So it was like a couple days over the date, so they shouldn't have, but they made an exception considering how bad of an experience she had at the Albany location.
How did you decide what style you wanted? Did you go and try on dresses?
No.
You were just like,
I
this
didn't.
is what I want?
Yeah, that's why I was so worried. I actually thought about changing it like 2 months before the wedding. I was like, I'm having second thoughts. And everyone told me not to do
I'm
it.
glad you didn't.
I'm glad too, because I probably would have gotten something I hated. No, I wanted a princess ball gown. I wanted the long sleeves. I wanted lace, and I went polar opposite.
You really did.
Yeah,
that's
total opposite. The
total
satin,
opposite. You would have looked beautiful in either one, though.
For sure, but I
Thank
think
you.
with you being a model, I think that is something you know what your body looks good in because you're so
Yeah.
used to seeing your body in different style of clothes. So I feel that side of things really helped you out a lot.
Oh, yeah. I knew I didn't want anything like mermaidy because I didn't want to, not be able to
Not
move.
be able to walk, yeah.
And a princess ball gown looks great on everyone, but it's not comfortable.
Hot.
So, yeah, it was hard to pick comfort. And I'm like, when you look good, you're not supposed to be comfortable. I mean, I always say if it
That's
doesn't
fair.
hurt, you're not doing it right,
Right.
especially for a shoot. But I knew I was going to be in it all day. So I just wanted to be comfortable. Like I usually wear super tall heels. I had on little kitten heels, a whole 9. But I did all my accessories too online, so I didn't spend $50 on shoes. I think I spent $20 on shoes, and I got fake pearl earrings because no one can tell the difference. So I spent $20 on those instead of $200. So just stuff like that.
Definitely helped.
Yeah, that adds up. That little things like that. What did you right away establish? Like, this is a priority, and this I don't care about as far as like spending money and budget wise.
100% my photographer.
Hello, that would be awesome.
I knew exactly who I wanted before I got married. And I told him I don't care how much it's going to cost. I'll pay for it.
Aww.
But that's going to be, we'll figure everything else out after that. And I did. So, I mean, I honestly can't remember. I had to ask you how much I spent, but that's how much I didn't care. I just wanted what I wanted. I knew she did amazing with my sister's wedding. I've been with Kate since I started modeling a while ago, so I just knew she'd capture everything perfectly.
Yeah, fun fact, I shot her twin sister's wedding about 2 years ago. So I was like, wow, this is like a blast from the past. And the family and everything. I was like, I'm having deja vu.
I know, and hopefully she'll do my brother-in-law's.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing theirs.
That's funny. So right away, you were like, I know the photographer I want. You found the dress that you wanted. Is there something you were like, yeah, I don't really care about that, like budget wise, like we can spend little on that and it doesn't bother me?
Flowers were
Yeah.
not a priority to me.
Mm.
I went to Wegmans and I did all the bouquets myself, and then all the other ones I got fake flowers off of Amazon in bulk.
Nice.
And then I kind of cut them apart and then did our centerpieces. But decorations and stuff like that were not a priority to me.
Nice.
Which
Just
rightfully
wasn't.
so, because your wedding was definitely more for you and your family. Like it was
Yeah.
definitely just a big party. Everybody was having a good time.
Yeah.
Everybody was very friendly and personable, and I had a great time at your wedding.
Thanks. Yeah, we'd rather put the money towards an open bar.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that if you can establish what's important to you, right? Like if you're someone, I had a call actually 2 days ago with a groom. He's going to be a groom. He's not yet, but he called because the bride is traveling. She's busy for work, but he said on the phone specifically, she doesn't really care too much about all of the detail photos. She really wants like the candid moments, like the family, the people coming in from out of town, like her having a good time with everybody. Like that's what's important. And if that's what's important to you and you're on a budget, it makes sense to not care about the flowers or the decorations.
Centerpieces
And
and all
just
that.
tell your photographer, like, listen, don't take pictures of my fake centerpiece flowers.
Yeah.
We don't care. Like, take pictures of my grandma, like, getting helped by my brother up the steps. Like, that's way more, yeah. So I relate, though. That's important to me, too.
I feel like a lot of our clients are like that, though. I feel like a lot of the people we work with are very much more for the people. They want us to capture their day as it is and not all the minute, tiny details.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not saying that that's a bad thing, because I think details are very important on a wedding day. And we have some brides who are very particular about that.
Yeah.
But I know for most of our people, like, they're much more personable and want that more person photo than the flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister was very anal about her centerpieces, so I get it.
As a previous florist, I understand, and
Yeah.
I would be too.
She will be the first one to judge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm throwing you right under the
Right
bus.
under the bus. Thanks, Kaylin. Hit me with the bus.
She's like, no, sometimes though, people can pull off fake flowers pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Nicole's wedding? You were so impressed by the fake
I
flowers.
was floored. I would have never guessed that they were fake until I was literally an inch away from them.
And
like,
they did them
wow.
all themselves. They did
Yeah.
them
That is
themselves.
impressive.
Yeah.
Well, she was a past florist too, so like
Yeah.
it makes sense. But like, I remember we walked in and this was where her ceremony space was gonna be. I was like, wow, like
Yeah, that's hard to do.
And literally, they were on both sides going up these wooden beams, and like, I would have literally never guessed that they were artificial. Like, so that's some high dollar artificial that she got right there,
Yeah.
because artificials aren't cheap. They're
No,
no
they're
cheaper
not.
than real flowers. So, yeah.
No, they're not. They're still sitting in my garage.
Now you can use them in your house.
True. Yeah, and the cats won't die.
Yeah, right?
So if you could give advice to someone that just started planning, what would it be?
Unfortunately, I would say if you don't have a wedding planner in your family, I would spend the money to get one. That would be my one regret. My sister went to school for it and she helped out a lot, but it was so stressful trying to do everything myself.
The planning up into the wedding or the coordinating on the day of?
Both.
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 Okay.
I was so stressed out the morning of because everyone's like, where do you want this? Where do you want that? Who's doing this? Who's doing that?
You're like, I'm just trying to get ready.
Literally,
Like-
yeah. And, I know everyone kept telling me that. I'm like, no, it'll be fine. I'll designate or delegate, but I did not.
Yeah.
And it was just, it would have been worth it to spend $1,000, $1,500. Like, hey, even if you just show up on the day, can you just take care of everything?
Yeah, having at least a coordinator is so important. And I talk about that in another episode. I can link it, but it was really difficult trying to find someone that wasn't direct family, that wasn't going to miss everything, because you
Yes.
don't want your sister, your twin sister.
Right. And she was the maid
busy
of
on
honor,
your-
so she
Yeah.
had her own stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, it was my mom, and I felt guilty afterwards. I actually told her recently that I regret it, and she was offended. And I'm like, no, not,
It's not you.
not because you
Right.
did a bad
You probably
job.
wanted to enjoy it with her,
Yes, I wanted to enjoy the day with her and getting ready with her and all of that, but she was like pulled in 18 different directions, and so
I feel like a lot of brides don't know that it's an option. Like, and I know that sounds crazy, but like, I feel like there's a lot of couples who don't know that, like, wow, a coordinator, like, I can hire someone just to do my delegating that day. Like, I just feel like there's not many people who think that this is a priority when everyone we've spoken to has said, we wish we would have had one. We wish we would have done that.
It just takes so much pressure off of you.
And God forbid something bad happened, which we were very fortunate with you that nothing, went awry at your wedding, but we've had others where that wasn't the case. So, like, I don't know. After speaking to the coordinators and the planners that we have, I truly think that it is something that brides should definitely look for.
Yeah. And I would say definitely coordinate or have a really good relationship with your venue, because we were supposed to have the area all night and then they had a band. So,
How did that work out? Did you guys end up going somewhere else, or did you?
yeah, unfortunately at 8 o'clock, we packed up everything and we had to go to the bar and we closed out there.
Wow.
They came over and told us to shut our DJ down at 8.
That sucks.
So I would I didn't think about that. You think, you sign what is it? A contract, yeah, with your venue. But I didn't ask specific questions. And they had already had a contract with that company to come in every weekend for the year. So
Yeah.
they had a loophole at that point to try and make, what could they do to make everyone happy. So they started late and we had to stop early.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, at least you had a
good time. Like,
yeah, I know. Thankfully, our mother-in-law owns a bar, right?
Yeah, that's good. So, what do you think something that your guests notice versus what they wouldn't notice is when you're planning for?
I would say the food and the DJ is always noticed. If you have a bad DJ, they notice. If you have bad food, unfortunately, our cook was just running a little late. It was his first big wedding by himself, so he was.
That's rough.
Oh,
I
yeah,
felt
wow.
so bad, and unfortunately, a family member had just passed that week, so he had a lot going on.
my
So
goodness.
we weren't worried. It was 15 minutes, a half hour, but the guests started getting when's food coming?
Grumpy.
When's this? So we thankfully had a bunch of appetizers set out, so it held everyone over. But thankfully that was the only thing that went awry. But definitely there were some complaints about that. Could have been worse.
At least it was only 15 minutes and not an
right,
hour and a half.
exactly.
I've
Like,
seen 45 minutes.
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly,
Like,
Some
yeah.
of these big weddings where there's 150 people standing there angry, and I'm like, "Ugh."
Yeah, I know. We just told everyone go get another drink, just eat a few more appetizers.
It'll be here soon.
Yeah, like I knew we had dinner later in our schedule anyways, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't a big deal. And then no one noticed the centerpieces. So
There you go.
A win-win for you, huh?
yeah.
Is there anything that you think you would have done differently now that the day's all said and done? And
I really think just having more help, like organizing everything, just so I didn't take on so much stress and I would have enjoyed it more. But I mean, like when the day came, it's just as soon as it starts, it's all out the window and you just care about being in the moment. I am thankful that you were part of the team though, because I did not think about having a videographer. And I was really upset about that because it was such a blur that I really don't remember so many small details that I'm really excited
and now
to see
you're
the
going to be
video.
able to hear all those little details too.
Yeah.
And I was really glad that I got to be there. I mean, not just because I oohed and awed over your pictures that Caitlin's always posting, but that was one of the reasons.
Yeah, that's going to be a beautiful video.
So excited.
That's going to be awesome. All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up everything that we wanted to bring up with you. So thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you for having me.
I think it's always good to have like the bride's side of everything.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And talking to other brides, because sometimes we just get into vendor mode. We think about our job, and it's good to hear it from the other end. So.
And I think other brides and other couples hearing, like, this isn't that big of a deal. This is that big of a deal. And I know for everybody it's going to be different typically, but then being able to hear, oh, we should definitely have a coordinator. Let's put a budget aside for that. Like, I just think that is a key detail that brides should take away from this.
Yeah, they won't regret it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. As always, guys, leave comments and questions down in the comment section.
We'd love to make a whole video about it.
Yes. And don't forget to subscribe.
Bye.